Great Barrier Reef in all its glory. Doesn't get much better than that. I'm going to challenge myself to only use a hand spear to catch food. Oh yeah! I've woken up out here on this sand cay in the middle of the outer Great Barrier Reef. I'm by myself and I'm going to take you along for absolutely everything that goes on today. I've got minimal in the way of provisions, flour, rice, oil, a little bit of condiments. I've got all the hunting gear I should need to be able to catch myself protein. This is part of a bigger trip, the Blue Highway 2.0. Traveling up the ocean, but this time I'm doing it by myself, most likely for the next 4 weeks, maybe longer. I'm taking you guys along for the ride. There's going to be a video dropping every week. Put in the comments anything you want me to answer about this trip. I've got to travel north and we've got to get food. Let's get into it. Woo! Oh. Oh, oh, oh no! Oh, caught me on the reef. Just having a look at what's washed up on the high tide mark. These here used to be a form of money back for island and seafaring nations. Funny how the value of things change. Who knows what could be next? Maybe Bitcoin. Little bird's egg. Where's mum? There's a little bird egg just literally here on the sand cay. Oh, hope it hasn't been abandoned. Just over here on this one side of the sand cay, what looks like it doesn't often go underwater, there's probably 800 birds all nesting there. There's quite a lot that are sitting on eggs and some that have just had chicks, which is pretty cool. These coral sand cays are pretty spectacular. They're broken down coral from thousands of years, and the tides and the currents, just how they work on certain shapes of the reef and different areas with different channels and gutters, end up depositing all of this sand, this corally sand, right here in this big mound. And over here behind those rocks, it'd have to be, it goes down to thousands of meters deep, big ocean trench, so it's pretty wild. If you sit down and you're really slow and low and quiet, I don't have a problem with you being here. That's a mum with its chick right next to me, literally 2 meters from me, and all the rest are just carrying on with their morning. Other than the extreme smell of bird, it's really, really beautiful. From what I can tell, these chicks are born here, they stay here till they can fly. There's no shade, there's no fresh water. It's just dead flat sand, full harsh hot sun. It'd be tough going. So tough. I could see as I walked around the island quite a lot of dead ones for probably a variety of reasons, but yeah, it's tough going. That there's what a human sand angel looks like, and that there is what a adult green turtle mark looks like. That's their track in the sand coming up looking for somewhere to nest, and that's where I was looking to nest. All right, thank you Sand Cay. It's time to go. Let's do it. If this was nighttime or late afternoon, I would not do this. There are so many sharks that feed around sand cays. I've got one of these reefs that I've just traveled over. Look how clean it is. Because it's so clean and shallow, I'd have a quick jump in.
beach, the Great Barrier Reef in all its glory. Doesn't get much better than that.
Yeah, good fish. Oh, what is it? What? Woo! Oh. Holy mackerel, it's a mackerel. I've been cruising for a couple of hours and on the horizon I could see this pearly white, real low, long strip. And that's a big sand cay right on top of this reef. So what I've done is I've just thrown the anchor here on the edge of the reef edge. It's probably like 4 or 5 meters here and then almost out of the water there with a lot of like gutters and cracks in the reef. So before going in to find an anchorage for lunch and then set up for the night, I'll see if I can jump in and get myself a quick feed.
All right, let's do it. Also, if you want an awesome pair of fins, Back to Basics blades, made by Diver R. They're awesome.
As I dropped down, I saw a big-eyed sea bream, which often stay quite out of reach. So I hit the bottom and I laid patiently and crunched a bit of sand up in my hand, which got the fish's attention, and I waited until I could get the perfect stone shot, and that was dinner.
Big eye sea bream, awesome fish. A grand total of 4 minutes in the water. That's a big eye sea bream or moo. I only normally get them at the outer reefs, but they're amazing eating and a little bit trickier to hunt, a little bit more of the elusive species. Good looking fish and very tasty. Get a look of it in the sunlight so you can appreciate its colors. Such an exquisite fish, and they're plentiful out here on the outer Great Barrier Reef. We've got the big eye sea bream chopped up really fine. We've got the white vinegar, we've got the chili oil, we've got the soy sauce, we've got the pepper, we've got the salt, and we've got a little bit of olive oil. That's been 15 minutes. Ooh, a bit warm. Let's see how it is. Probably 80% cooked. Definitely doesn't offend me being a little bit raw. Olive oil was a good touch. I'm better be healthy after this, so this is clean food. Is it? This is clean food, this is good food. Any nutritionalists out there? Is living on this good for you? Will I get scurvy in a month's time? There it is. Home sweet home. Hopefully you can find a channel to get in. Let's check this island out. Holy, it's a big sand cay. Even got a bit of grass on it. This heat's knocking me around a little bit, so I'm going to give it an hour here in the shade before going out and getting the last of the incoming tide out off the shelf in 1,000 meters of water. We'll go and see if we can get anything on either top water or yellowfin, trolling a few skirts around. The afternoon session, let's go out for a fish. So because it's so calm, I can literally scan the surface of the water and look for bait, and obviously birds working as well. So I've just come to the the current edge of this shoal, and I'm just trying to find where bait's holding and then cast some lures into it. So that's the game plan. Fingers crossed so we can entice something to boof the popper. You can see out really wide there's some birds hunting bait, but pretty far out, and I want to find something that's on this shoal. Oh! Oh! I've been throwing poppers for well over an hour. This popper for over an hour. I've seen a mackerel, 2 trevally, and a shark. So it's encouraging. I'm going to persist for a bit longer. Alright, last chance. Oh, come on. I definitely felt like I would have had to fish this up. 2.5 hours of popping. You would have done well over 100 casts. That there's just a reminder that nothing's promised. Absolutely nothing is promised. Alright, let's go back home. So my cruising speed is about 18 to 20 knots, which is chewing about 35 to 38 litres an hour, but it's getting less the lighter the boat gets with fuel and water rations. I've got 500 litres in the hull, in the 2 fuel tanks, and I've got 11 20-litre jerrys, and hopefully when I get further north, a couple of 100 miles, I'll be able to, from one of the communities or a live trout boat or a trawler or something, be able to get more fuel to make my way back down the coast. But that's future me's problem. Oh, deeper than I thought. I put the back anchor out so that I don't need to go far if I want to go back to the boat at night, so the tiger sharks don't get me. This is prime territory for the tiger sharks. Time to practice with the warmer and the spear for tomorrow. So tomorrow I'm going to challenge myself to only use a hand spear and a warmer to catch food for the day, mainly so it gives me an opportunity to get far better than I am at the moment with using these tools. For those not familiar, hand spear is largely unchanged for the last few thousand years. Warmer is used to propel, used by certain indigenous groups of Australia. Bugger, I can't get it. It's growing up underneath here. I might try and dig. I need to rip this whole bank apart. Bugger. I'll catch a fish on that. I'll just put some hooks on. Sweet. Oh, that was horrendous. It is literally making fun of me. Oh shit, it's deep. Oh. That was a bit better, just not enough power. Oh look, they're laughing at me, look at them. This is like humble pie for dinner, eh? Fair dinkum. Oh. Oh yeah! Oh, I had one on. Oh. Look at the scales. I feel I've come a long way in the last hour. I got scales on the spear tip, but I know I got a hell of a long way to go if I want to be getting food with this. So this is what it looks like. 3 pieces of steel into the head of bamboo, secured, straight bamboo shaft with a hole at the end, and then this woomera is essentially a T-piece, hand carved, a lot of time in making this, made out of iron bark timber, native hardwood timber, and then it's teed at the top with a little groove, and this groove fits in the end like that and helps you propel that lightweight spear with a heavier head, bang, into the mullet. Oh. Sorry, Wilson, you're the practice target. Just shooting that fraction low. Have a go at that for an anchorage. Oh, it's just perfect. It's that time of the day. Rum rations. Good luck. Good luck, everyone. Alright, so game plan now. Sunset time. Collected a big pile of wood for a big sunset fire, and I'll cook the rest of this sea bream up on the fire. Just straight, unadulterated, straight on the fire. That's it. That's dinner. Rum, lighter, big ice sea bream. Just gonna go to where I put that wood before, get the fire going, cook up a quick feed. Woo! We got there. I'm just gonna let this go down to coals and then I'll get this fish on. Oh, that's so good. So good. Getting back to basics is that, you know, we're, as humans, not removed from nature. We are nature, so it really pays. It's recharging. It's beneficial. It's important to get yourself into nature, no matter what that looks like for you. So, yeah, appreciate you coming along for the journey. There's a hell of a lot more to go. This is just a few days in. I'm going to finish the rest of this sunset. It'll be dark in half an hour. Awesome day, alive, safe, well, and I appreciate you guys for making all this happen, for watching, for sharing, for getting around it. Another big one tomorrow. I'll see you out here. Oh, it's so dark. I'm literally just next to the boat. There's this huge turtle that's coming up, maybe to lay.